Well, this team, and I've become the broken record that this is a very young team. So any chance we get to play, especially at home, and we've been on, like it happens for us every year. We're always gone due to weather for such a long time to start the season off, and so we've already played a third to a half of our games by the time we get to play a game at home, and so I thought that was really important. And of course, we got a chance to take two um, from Charlotte, and that I think was huge and a big boost. And then we just had a rough weekend. We've had a few things where some adversity to overcome. The flu has hit the whole university, and it did not jump over the softball team, or the softball coach, or his wife, or anybody that he knows. And it was a little bit tough doing without Courtney Price, who was really ill this weekend. But we should be through that, and so I'm looking forward to it. So all that stuff is great experience. Having the home crowd is a real confidence booster, kind of moral support kind of thing for especially the young players. They're not used to playing at this level, and so that's really good stuff. Madison Armstrong, Player of the Week. That to me is I didn't be honest with you, I didn't know she did as well as she did. I just knew she was there. When you're a coach, you know who you when especially a struggle like we've been struggling. You start, let me just get the lineup around to so and so, and for the last couple weeks it's been, let me just get the lineup back around to Maddie, and she's just been she is such a solid go-to player. She runs the defense for us very well as our catcher. She's hard to run on. She's probably one of the best framing catchers you're going to run into. I know the umpires love to call behind her, and the pitchers love to throw to her. And then what she's been doing at the plate has been just short of phenomenal. And so when you have somebody that is such a great leader on our team and is such a good person, and then she's succeeding on the field, that's fantastic. So we've got so many good bright spots going on right now, and it doesn't look like it because everybody looks at one statistic. I know I do. You look at that win-loss statistic, your winning percentage, and right now it's not where we had hoped it would be at this point, but there's a lot of ball to play. We got down early there, and Furman is the team to beat, I believe, this year from the two teams we played, and then just looking at what's been going on, what I know from what people had from last year, what they lost, what they gained, those kind of things. And I think Furman was picked by everybody to be the team to beat, and I think they're going to, in the end of the day, they're going to prove that they are. So we knew that was going to be a struggle, and they've been playing us well for the last few years. They've been the thorn in our side. I never thought about it, and all of a sudden I noticed, man, we struggle to take a series from them. We'll win a game here or there, but so they were quite a challenge. And so when we got down on Sunday, I really never felt we were out of any game on Saturday. We were just something was just short. That one hit, that one pitch, whatever it was, and then Sunday we got so far behind so early. Obviously you worry with a young team whether they're going to be able to rebound. But if you think about it, that was the second time in about 5 days we'd done that, because that's what we did with Charlotte. And of course we got some runs and then finished it off with that pitch, and all those things fell in place with Charlotte, and we took that doubleheader, and it looked like that's what was going to happen this time. And we just kind of had a defensive kind of burp there at the very end, and they scored that. They scored that final run, which was enough, obviously. So coming back, like I said, there's so many bright spots. And our middle infielders are Erica Hayes and Ashlyn Long, two freshmen, are just playing phenomenal ball and are really coming around at the plate and at a good time. To the point that I put them 1 and 2 in the lineup that last game, and it made me look like a genius. They were fantastic at getting on base, making things happen, and they just play all out, which is what trying to teach everybody to do that with such a young team, that you can't, whether you're down on yourself, you had a rough at bat, what have you, is not to give into that, and learning how to give 100%. Talk yourself into that you're the greatest player there ever was, even when you feel like you're the worst player. That's what it is to be a Division I college softball player, and it's a learning process. Going to Chat has always been, a big deal for us. They protect their territory very, very well. They're going through kind of a struggle this season as well, so everybody's having their adversity, so we kind of feel like Between the line stuff, we have a lot of stuff. Kind of like you mentioned, the coming from behind stuff. One win, we came up a little bit short, but that never say die stuff that's starting to develop on our team. Usually, when you're struggling, it goes the other direction. You start rolling over, and we're not rolling over. Some different things. Some specific players like Maddie and getting Courtney Price back is going to be huge. I know people aren't paying attention, but Hunter Gibbons has quietly been doing a great job with big doubles and home runs and those kind of things. And so if Chattanooga wants to overlook us, that's fine. This weekend, I know that coach, he doesn't overlook anybody. But this could be a really good weekend in a tough place to play. We always break our season into 3 seasons. We have preseason, then we have conference, and then we have tournament. And each one we have different goals, and they're important. And within that framework, obviously, is that every win is important, and winning every game is important. So we try. There's none that we throw off to the side. They're all important to us. But we're definitely in a mode right now. We could certainly put some things together and most likely be more of in a spoiler role. But for us, this number 2 season, we're still in the middle of that, and it's important. But kind of those other underlying goals for us is to get things going and put together and finally come together as a team and get ready for tournament. And this team could, has that, and every team has that possibility. But this team has the ability to play some flawless defense, and that's one of the areas that we've struggled with for a short period of time at different times, but then turned around and done really well. Especially if you look at our conference statistics, we were last year, which was fantastic defensively. So if that's starting to round out while we're playing conference play, you start looking at what we're doing from a hitting standpoint, and we have a couple hitters that need to get going. But if you look at a big core of it, we're popping the ball, we're hitting for average. We're out hitting our opponents in doubles. We're not giving, we don't have a ton of home runs. We didn't feel like we would this year, but at the same time, our opponents don't have a ton of home runs. They got a few more home runs than we do. So it's not like we've had sometime in the past where we gave up a lot of home runs. So there's little things there. We've got we looked at with every pitcher. We've had some struggles in the circle, but at the same time, you can go and pick out games where every pitcher has had incredible stellar performances. And so it's there. It's not like nothing's there to draw on. It's a matter of let's bring it all together. And I think with this young team, that's the key. Having such a young underclass group is they don't have the experience on what that looks like, and that's what this conference season, regular season, is kind of turning into one of the main purposes. And who knows, maybe our big season, we make that big run in tournament. I mean, you don't need to play another 20, 30 games at this level. You just need to go for 4 or 5. And this team has that kind of enthusiasm in them.